Go and come back. You still want to stand there? I thought you would stand here. Then I'll usher you in. Eh? You have come to my house. You are welcome. Please. You are looking good.
Thank you.
The both of you.
Thank you, Professor.
So settle in and tell me when you are ready.
Thank you very much, Professor. We are very much pleased and grateful to be here. So my name is Appiah Kubi. I am a level 500 Doctor of Optometry student.
I have not asked you anything. I said tell me when you are ready.
We are ready,
You
Prof.
are ready? Okay. You are in a hurry to go, eh?
No, Prof. Chair.
How long have you been waiting?
For about an hour or two.
An hour. Have you had breakfast?
No, Prof.
Why?
Chair.
You are fasting?
You eat after the...
You eat after it?
Yes.
You don't want to have running stew?
Kind of.
Yes.
My lady, you've also not eating?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I see. Anyway, thank you for coming. For our records, kindly state your name, your registration number, program of study, and hall of affiliation.
Thank you very much, Prof. Chair. So my name is Appiah Kubi. I'm a level 500 Doctor of Optometry student with registration number AHOPT 190007. My hall of affiliation is Kisleyford Hall. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Prof. Chair. My name is Joyce Lingisesa Albright. I'm a level 300 student reading Bachelor of Education in Home Economics, majoring in Food and Nutrition. I'm affiliated to Kwame Nkrumah Hall. Thank you.
Thank you. So you are both welcome this morning.
Thank you, Chair.
And like we do, we will interact with you individually. And then I don't want you to be scared. Just relax. Are you comfortable with the mic? The microphone? Is it okay? So I think I'll start with Appiah Kubi. Just relax. I know you.
Yes.
I know you from last year.
Yes, Chair.
So why are you here this year?
Thank you very much, Prof. Chair. So my name is Appiah Kubi Ohene. As I rightfully said, I'm a level 500 Doctor of Optometry student. I'm a self-motivated, hardworking young man.
Hang on.
Can you hear me? I think the microphone is... Because I am even struggling to...
All right. Thank you. So my name is Appiah Kubi. I am a level 500 Doctor of Optometry student. As part of the electoral process, we filed nomination for the position of the UCC Src president, and we are here to be vetted by the panel. Thank you.
Last year you filed. And then, why do you think they didn't vote for you?
Thank you, Prof. Chair. So last academic year, I contested for the position of the UCC Src president. It was quite unfortunate that we placed second. But I believe in the good books, that both the bad and the good works together for those who are called to fulfill the purpose of God. The people who really voted for me, the difference between the votes were, I had 5,000 plus votes, 5,400, and the current SRC president had 5,900. So they really put out and they really voted. It's just that we lost on some very significant number. So they did very well, Prof. Chair.
Don't you think you should rest it? Because you've been a CASFORD president, you've had other leadership positions. Don't you think it's enough?
Yes, Prof. Chair. So I'd like to start by saying this. I know this question doesn't run across the mind of the people on the panel alone, but on the minds of the people in this auditorium, the people who are watching us live, the people who will be watching us later, and every individual that has heard of Appiah Kubi's desire and intention of wanting to contest for the position of the SRC president. I have received genuine opinions of certain people telling me, Appiah, why don't you just give up? Why do you want to still take this Herculean task? Don't you think you can just focus on your academics and do something better for yourself? But I always remind them and motivate them that the main reason why I contested for this position of the SRC president was not a self-seeking ambition of wanting to boost my CV or wanting to occupy the higher office of the SRC president, but about my love of student advocacy and wanting to serve in the interest of the people. In Mahatma Gandhi's word, the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of people. And my great personality that I really revere, Martin Luther King Jr. said, life's most greatest and persistent question is what you are doing for others. It is in this
what you are doing
for what are you doing for others? It is in this rendition that has propelled us to contest for the position of the SRC president again, knowing very well it is going to be a Herculean task. As a leader, we identified some challenges and some problems, and we provided feasible solutions to it. I would like to commend the current SRC administration for doing very well. But as Oliver Twist said, a lot still remains undone. And I believe that in our course of a conversation, there's going to be an opportunity for me to elaborate on what we have for the people. I always say that my conviction to this cause remains unchanged, my commitment remains unwavering, my vision for the students remains unabated, and my message since the inception of this course is unaltered, unadulterated and unaltered. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
You can hear me. You can also hear me? All right. I told the same thing to the previous aspirant.
Yes.
And I would say the same thing to you. Once you put yourself forward for a position, you are not a private individual again.
Yes, Chair.
Correct?
Yes, Chair.
All right. So again, if you were my kid brother, I would just say, my brother, just rest. You started on a very good note, 3.8.
Yes, Chair.
And that was remarkable.
Yes.
Then you dropped to 3.5.
Yes.
Then 3.3. And then you went to 3.1.
Yes, Chair.
3.0. 2.8.
All right.
2.7. 2.6.
Yes.
And as we speak, it's 2.5 with 2 ICs. Correct?
Okay. Yes, Chair.
Okay. So the first thing is, there's a possibility that this ICs would bring your CGPA down. If that happens, that would be the end of the road for you. I want to state that clearly. If it boosts it up, that's fine. But the rule has been that by Friday, which is tomorrow, before names are, in fact, you have 3 ICs. Before names are published, you should have all your ICs sorted.
All right.
All right. So that's the first thing.
Thank you.
And from 3.8, if you have come down to 2.6, let's forget about this current one. I think you are going down too much. Why do you think that is happening?
All right, Prof. Chair. Thank you very much. So I duly acknowledge the decline in my academic performance, and I take full responsibility for that. This was as a result of me not being able to combine my coursework with my extracurricular activities. But as I said, the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of people. I remember last year, you made the same suggestion to me. And I gave you a promise that I am going to make sure that I balance my curricular activities well with my academics. And Prof. Chair, with all due respect, you can see that this semester's result has been a slight improvement than what I used to have.
No, but we have 3 ICs, so I can't predict that.
Okay, Chair.
We have 3 ICs, 1B, 1C plus, 1B, 1C plus, 2 Bs, and then 3 ICs, so yes, I can't predict that.
Okay, Chair. So I'm going to make sure that I make judicious use of my time to balance my coursework with my extracurricular activities. Thank you, Chair.
What vision do you have for SRC?
Thank you very much, Prof. Chair. As I said, my vision still remains unchanged. It's about championing the interests and the welfare of the students. Thank you very much, Prof. Chair.
What is that? That is vague. Champion interest of students. In what way? How?
Thank you very much, Prof. Chair. So as a leader, you'll be able to identify some challenges. A good leader is able to identify challenges, and a good leader should be able to recommend and bring out feasible solutions to the challenges. So, Prof. Chair, we have identified some challenges. We have brought out some feasible solutions. So if you would permit, I would like to go on and proceed with what I have. Thank you very much, Prof. Chair. With our love and our interest in serving the need of the student, we have named our policies as the Obatampa policies.
Obatampa?
Policies. Obatampa is a local Twi dialect, to wit, a good mother, a caring mother, or a mother that provides solutions to her children's problem. Our love is that we are going to make sure the SRC becomes a very wonderful one. The very first thing I'd like to talk about is touching on the welfare section of our Obatampa policy, which is browser-side data policy. You might ask yourself, what is browser-side data policy? It is an introduction of a USSD code that is going to allow UCC students to buy bundle prices at a subsidized cost to augment the already existing 5 GB of data. It will interest all of us to note that the current students of the University of Cape Coast are receiving 5 GB of data from the SRC, and being a whole president of CASFOR last year, I was part of the SRC Council that was able to implement this very wonderful initiative. But let's ask ourselves, after 5 GB of data, what's next? As a student, I share in the plight and the concerns of students. And certain people, it will interest all of us to note that certain people are able to use this 5 GB of data within the first week of the month. And in extreme cases, first day or first 2 days. An example is my able vice president here, who sometimes is able to use it within the first 2 days. Now, Prof. Chair, what an Obatampa settlement seeks to do is that we are going to implement a USSD code that is going to allow the student to buy the bundle at a subsidized cost, so that if the 5 GB of data is exhausted, they will get other opportunity to use and access the internet. Prof. Chair, we have had a series of conversation and engagement, and this is possible. This system is currently being run by KNUST SRC and also major institutions like NAGRAT. Prof. Chair, with our conversation that we had, any institution that has more than 25,000 people will be able to roll on this very wonderful initiative. And we seek to bring this very wonderful initiative on board to help the students of UCC. The second thing I'd like to talk about is under the entrepreneurship session. You would like to implement a Think It, Fund It business initiative. What is Think It, Fund It business initiative? We are going to help the students prepare very well for entrepreneurship. We all know, there is a university-wide compulsory course which is called Entrepreneurship and New Venture Creation, where students, under the auspices of CESED, Center of Entrepreneurship and Enterprise Development, where students are being taught about entrepreneurship and the theoretical aspect of it, and to some extent gives a glimpse of how the theory is going to be. So what we seek by doing is that there's going to be a collaboration between CESED, DHAB, and the SRC, where there's going to be a semester-based event where students will come and pitch their business ideas, and the best ones are going to receive seed funding from the SRC. We've reached out to some companies like GEA, Ghana Enterprise Agency, which they are all willing to support this very wonderful initiative. Prof. Chair, I'd like to continue by talking about the One Kwan Here policy.
What?
One Kwan Here policy.
So these policies that you are mentioning in Accra, what about the foreign students we have and those who don't understand Twi? Could you not have 2 names, maybe the local and the...
Yes, Prof. Chair.
Before you continue with that, so your first policy is to get data for students to browse on a cheaper basis.
Yes, Prof. Chair.
Currently, how many, is it megabytes or gigabytes do they get?
5 gigabytes of data.
5 gigabytes.
Yes, Prof. Chair.
And do we have Wi-Fi outlets on university campus that people can browse for free?
Wi-Fi.
Do we or do we not? I mean, are there places on campus,
Yes, in lecture
the
theaters.
library and all that, that you can use Wi-Fi for free?
Yes, Prof. Chair.
So don't you think that this one is being catered for some way, somehow?
Yes, Prof. Chair. It is very true that there are some vintage points on campus that you can browse freely. But Prof. Chair, there are some of the students too that are in the hostels. So this one is also going to help the students in the hostels, Prof. Chair.
What do the students use the
5 gigabytes of data.
no, what do they use the bundle for? What do they use it for?
Prof. Chair, for academic purpose, Prof. Chair.
And you, for academic purpose, you use 5 gigabytes in 2 days. Is that what you said?
Prof. Chair, I said in extreme cases, Prof. Chair.
That is absurd.
Okay.
Anyway, 5 gigabytes in 2 days. Even me as a lecturer, I can't do that. With all the articles I will download and all that. So I want you to rethink that.
All right, Prof.
And the DHAB, I think they have these seminars you are talking about.
Yes,
so you
Prof.
want to find out, so that there's no duplication.
Yes, Prof.
You
Yes.
want to find out.
Okay.
Now let's listen to your third.
Okay, Prof. Chair. So the third thing I'd like to talk about is on accommodation. Accommodation. Yes. I'm not going to be a good mother if I don't care about where my children are going to sleep. There is a saying that the place we call home and the bed to lay our head to rest provides us with an anchor to keep our hopes alive. Prof. Chair, this is a very huge problem that affects almost all the public universities in Ghana. And it is not idiosyncratic to the University of Cape Coast alone, but I am going to limit our jurisdiction to the University of Cape Coast. Prof. Chair, my team and I have done extensive conversation and research, and we have gotten to understand the problem of accommodation on campus. Now, we have gotten to realize that the problem of accommodation on campus is not the availability of hostels, but it's about the pricing of hostels on campus. I've been a hall president before. I was the former hall president of Castle Hall, and during the first week of reopening, a lot of students will be coming around. Mr. Appiah, I'd like to be in the hall. Can you please help me out? And I'll tell them, I'm not the one responsible for giving out accommodation. Sometimes I'll have extensive conversation with them, and they will tell me. So I can ask them, please, why do you want to be in the hall? Mr. Appiah, the long and short of the story is that, Charlie.
I didn't hear that.
They will say the long and short of the story is we don't have money because the hostels prices are very, very expensive. So what we are going to do is going to take this Herculean task upon ourselves to make sure that there is extensive collaboration and conversation with the SRC, partnership with management to the various hostels. Now, we all know that this is going to be a very difficult task, but something can be done about it, where the SRC, under the auspices of management, is going to provide accreditation to the hostels that will be willing to come on board, such that the hostels that are not willing to come on board are going to probably die off. Last month, there was a letter that was released by the Public Relations Office of the university, telling students about some hostels that they should be very, very careful working with. So I believe this can be translated into a session where there's going to be accreditation, such that students who don't get residence in the hall will be able to get to these hostels since they are being accredited to the university. And I believe that there can be a website where the students can access these hostels and book them. And I can also make references to some of these initiatives being run by other university bodies. Thank you.
What's the difference between your point 3 and 4? You said accommodation, then accredited hostels. Are they not together?
Prof. Chair is together.
Yeah, so it's 3 points you have given.
Yes. So, Prof. Chair, as a leader, you should always have short-term vision and long-term vision. So this one is what we are going to do at the interim. And we also have a long-term vision that we want to do for the student. Prof. Chair, if I am to say that I am going to build a new SRC hostel or a new SRC hall by the time my tenure is over, I am being a liar, and there is no truth in me. sometimes it's very, very difficult, but we need to tell people the truth. So what we are going to do is that there are going to be allocation of certain funds of the SRC into a certain amount, a certain coffers, and there's going to be an MOU such that our successive administration are also going to allocate that percentage of their money into that account. There is a saying that they haven't helped those who help themselves. So if by the time of 6 years, 7 years, and almost a decade, if the SRC has been able to accumulate certain amounts of money, the university management can come on board and help us build a new SRC hall or a new SRC hostel as it has been built before. Thank you, Prof. Chair.
From all your quotes and poets and all, I'm thinking you are doing a wrong course. Appiah.
Prof. Chair.
Tell me what you did when you were the president of Casford. What you did, not what you continued. What you did. You know, what you did in your tenure of office that you can point to and say, this was my project, this was my project, this was my project.
Okay, Prof. Chair. Continuation is...
You can answer that. Tell me what you did, and then you can say, yes, I did this.
Okay,
but
Prof.
I continued with this. You get my drift? Yes.
Okay, Prof. Chair. So what I did was procurement of computers for our hybrid library project in Casford, Prof. Chair.
Okay. Was this started before you took office?
Yes, Prof. Chair. The hybrid library is a project that has been in the system for almost 6 to 7 years. It was in 3 phases. So we had the phase 1, the phase 2, and the phase 3. So the phase 1 was completed by someone, the phase 2 was completed by another person, and the final and 3rd phase was completed by my administration, Prof. Chair.
So is it in use now?
Currently, it's not in use.
Why?
Because they are doing some small renovation and painting of the place, Prof. Chair.
You left office last year.
Yes, Prof. Chair.
We are in 2nd semester.
Yes, Prof. Chair.
And you haven't been, your predecessor haven't been able to paint the place and put it in use. Is that what you are saying?
No, that's not what I'm saying, Prof. Chair. So we would want to commission the hybrid library. That is the reason why we wanted to do some small touches on the place, Prof. Chair.
So since you left office, it has been there?
Yes, Prof. Chair.
It means you didn't finish.
Prof. Chair, we finished the project.
So whose name will be on the commissioning?
Prof. Chair, if you go
or
to...
you commissioned it already?
Prof. Chair, if you go to Casford right now...
Have you commissioned it?
It has not been commissioned yet, Prof. Chair.
So whose name will be on the commissioning?
My name is on it. On the plaque, on the hybrid
as
library.
list 3. So it starts from the... Because
So-
I attended one at Addition.
Yes, Prof. Chair.
And all the names of the presidents who have contributed over the years were there. Is that how yours is going to be like?
Yes, so Prof. Chair, if you go and with all due respect, Prof. Chair, on the plaque, you are going to see that this hybrid library was completed by Appiah Kubi. And we acknowledge the efforts of other JCRC presidents with their names also enlisted on it, Prof. Chair.
Okay. So apart from the hybrid library, what else do you do?
Okay, so one nice thing I did was also renovating of the main Casford Hall Library, Prof. Chair.
The what?
Renovation of the main Casford Hall Library.
You renovated the...
Yes, Prof. Chair. Prof. Chair, can you kindly come again?
No, what did you do? When you say renovation, did you buy new chairs? Did you paint the place? Did
We
you
painted-
put air condition? What did you do?
We bought a new air condition for the place, Prof. Chair. We painted the place, Prof. Chair. We also bought an ultra-modern shelf to house books for the students, Prof. Chair.
As a welfare committee member in the hall, what did you do?
Thank you very much, Prof. Chair. So a welfare committee is a committee that is responsible for the welfare of the students, the well-being. So as a member, I was very hardworking, and I ensured the timely I assisted the committee heads in distributing souvenirs to the people of the hall, Prof. Chair.
After the elections, something came up.
Yes, Prof. Chair.
What did you do to your constituents or your haulers to incur their wrath in that horrible way?
Okay, Prof. Chair. So I'd like to start by quoting Martin Luther King Jr. He said, "Our life begins to end the moment we stay silent about the things that matter." Even though this incident happened, I decided to just let it go because I found no credibility in it. But as you are saying, I have to tell the general public about it. I find it quite unfortunate that student politics has been reduced to these political gimmicks and theatrics, where students will just have to find their way to defame someone and just paint the person black. To the best of our knowledge and to the understanding of our senior boys, it never came from the Casford Hall senior boys. It was just a person who wanted to do that because it was a news in the public domain that if Appiah Kubi lose this year's election, he will be coming back. So why don't we just find a way to just put him somewhere? To the best of our knowledge, the program that they said didn't happen was being done for the senior boys. Thank you, Prof. Chair. So it was quite unfortunate, and I believe that I thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to tell the people what really happened. Thank you.
Your CV is bad.
Prof. Chair, I take responsibility for it.
So as a president and being here before and knowing that you people have code-named me Madam CV, I would always look at your CV.
Yes, Prof. Chair, I take full responsibility.
So I shouldn't continue.
Yes, Prof. Chair.
I shouldn't continue. So make sure you do a good job and come and show it to me.
Yes, Prof. Chair.
It's not what I was expecting at all.
Yes, Prof. Chair. I take responsibility for that, Prof. Chair.
Right. Appiah Kubi,
Yes, Prof. Chair.
you were campaigning before campaign period. Why?
Prof. Chair, I'd like to officially use this opportunity to apologize for what I did. We did. Thank you, Prof. Chair.
If you were Kate, I would have whipped you all.
Yes,
So
Prof. Chair.
let's stick to the rules. By all means, you get period to campaign.
Yes, Prof. Chair.
So it shouldn't happen again. And this is for prospective people who are thinking about next year and all. Don't do that. Let's obey the rules. Otherwise, you grow up and then you start flouting rules everywhere, even in parliament. So it shouldn't happen again. It is not pleasant at all. And look at the amount of money you spend doing those banners and all. It shouldn't happen.
Thank you
Right?
for your benevolence, Prof. Chair.
You can drink some water now. And then Joycelyn, you copied his CV. Because he's the president you are advising, you saw his templates, or he copied yours. Or you copied each other. Are you in a relationship?
No, please.
He's not your boyfriend.
No, please.
Do you have one?
No, please.
You do have a girlfriend? Hey!
Prof. Chair, you have reminded me of a very sad story. Prof. Chair, last year, right after the elections, 2 weeks, my girlfriend told me, Mr. Appiah, let's break up. Prof. Chair.
Anyway, let me talk about Joycelyn. Can you mention your name again?
Joycelyn Gisessa Albright.
Are you Ghanaian?
Yes, please.
What is Gisessa?
Okay, so I once researched on it to find the meaning, and the information I had on it was someone holy, a holy person.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are you fancy?
Fatty.
Fancy.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
All right. Okay. So tell us about yourself.
Okay, thank you, Prof. Chair. As I said earlier, my name is Joycelyn Gisessa Albright. I'm a level 300 student reading Bachelor of Education in Home Economics, majoring in Food and Nutrition. I had my basic education in Advanced International School, proceeded to the senior high school where I had my senior high school education also at Kofi AJ Senior High School in Kumasi. And also, right after Kofi completion, I had the best results and then had the opportunity to be in the best university in Ghana, UCC. Yes, I have delight in listening to music. I have delight in cooking. I have delight in watching movies. Thank you.
I see. That reminds me. I think I didn't see any hobbies. Appiah, do you have any?
Yes, Prof. Chair.
So what are they?
Singing, Prof. Chair.
I see. That's your hobby?
I love to sing, Prof. Chair.
I see.
Yes.
Okay. My dear, tell me about your role as the sponsorship committee.
Okay, so thank you, Prof. Chair. My role as the sponsorship committee
Team member, sorry.
team member. Okay, so my role as a sponsorship committee team member of Kwame Nkrumah Hall, I was involved in decision making, and I also assisted the secretary and other executives in the dischargement or performance of their duties. And also, whenever we had meetings, I made sure I bring or present an idea. Thank you.
But these days that we don't have whole week, is the duty of the sponsorship committee not redundant? Because usually they are very effective when we have whole week. They go around taking for. But these days we don't have whole week, thanks to students. Okay. So what do? I think it's very redundant.
Okay, thank you, Prof. Chair. So for the sponsorship committee, it's a committee that started not long ago, and though it started even before, after the cancellation of the whole weeks. So for the duties of the sponsorship committee, it's not only about seeking for sponsors for whole weeks. We also seek for sponsors for programs like the women's programs, and also sports and any other program that would be held in the hall. We, for instance, not only on programs, for instance, last semester, we were having problem with the infirmary committee of our hall. We were having some issues with our drugs. A lot of students started complaining that when they go to the infirmary, they weren't getting drugs or the prescribed drugs that the university prescribes for them to get them at the infirmary. So for the sponsorship committee, we wrote letter to LITAP to get some drugs, for them to sponsor us with some drugs, and thank God they helped us with some bags of packages of drugs. Thank you. So it's not only about programs.
For someone who's been in the hall for 3 years, I think you have not done much. I can't see anything you've done in your department as well. You have never been part of any of the, serious committees in the hall, welfare, library, debate. You've not been part of any of those ones. Have you been a course rep before?
Yes, please.
But it's not here. Which year?
I'm currently a course rep, and last year too.
But it's not here.
And level 100.
Where do you fellowship?
Pentecost, Church of Pentecost.
And what do you do there?
On campus, I don't do anything.
You see? So you don't want to do things. Then you saw vice president and then you jumped in. Why you two are with Pentecost? Yeah. Me
Prof.
here.
Chair.
Yes, Prof. Chair.
Prof. Chair, I had a late admission, so for the hall, when I came, I actually love occupying positions, but then unfortunately when I came, they had already filed for nomination for the various committees and being vetted, and yeah.
You have the same problem like Appiah Kubi. Your CGPA is dwindling. You started with 3.2, then you dropped to 2.7, another 2.7, 2.6, and now 2.5. Why would you want to saddle yourself with a position looking at your grades?
Okay, thank you, Prof. Chair. I acknowledge the fact that my academic performance hasn't been consistent over the years, and I fully take charge for that. But, Prof. Chair, I can assure you that I would put things in place, and I've also developed some studying strategies to help me stand on my feet again.
Be careful of assuring me, because I'll follow you up.
Okay.
So if you are talking about assurance, be very careful.
Okay.
What happened with assessment in education? EPS 311.
Yes, please.
What happened?
Okay, so actually, I wasn't getting the concept of the course, though I confronted some of the TAs and also some of my program mates to help me, but then I still.
But you
didn't
could have
get-
gone to the lecturer. Students should not be afraid of going to a lecturer if you don't understand a concept. We will happily do that. That is our job. But if you hide and then go to TAs, if we don't get good TAs, you know the problem they can create for you. Yeah. Because you are beautiful. So it's better to go to the lecturer, find them at their offices, book an appointment, and go and talk with them.
Okay, please. Noted.
I'll come back to you by all means, but let me
Okay,
leave
ma.
other colleagues to interact. Thank you. Before we get there, the next session, there's a question for each of you, and everyone must answer their questions independently. No whispering, no writing for your counterparts, nothing. Once you teach, it's a 0 straight away. So concentrate on your question and answer it thoroughly. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair.
Appiah Kubi.
The Chair.
Okay, I will start with Joycelyn. So Joycelyn, after the 1964-1965 academic year, the university had 3 faculties. Mention these first 3 faculties established in the university.
Okay, the chair, can you please give me a minute to get that?
Okay.
Please, you said faculties.
Yes, please.
Okay. Okay, Prof. Chair, Faculty of Arts. That's all I know, if you could educate me on that.
Okay, you have the Faculty of Arts, correct? But you have Faculty of Science and then Faculty of Education inclusive. So it's fair.
Okay, thank you.
Appiah.
The Chair.
So among the various committees or boards on which the SRC is represented, mention that one committee that states explicitly for the SRC president to be a member. Should I take it again?
Yes.
Okay, so among the various committees or boards on which the SRC is represented, mention that one committee that states clearly for the SRC president to be a member.
The Chair, the Welfare Committee.
No, please.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, it's had a follow-up question, but since you didn't get this one right, it's the Residence Committee. Now, I was going to ask you the functions of this committee. All right, so you got that one.
Joycelyn. So I'll start with you.
Okay.
So when I first came into the university, there was considerable lament regarding the state of some of the traditional halls, especially in terms of cleanliness. I mean, in as much as significant strides have been made in improving such things, I would like you to tell me what agency of the SRC is expected to address these kinds of issues, i.e. issues regarding cleanliness around the traditional halls and around campus, and what the Vice President's role is in this agency.
Please, sir, can you come with the preamble again?
So regarding cleanliness, okay, around
Okay.
university premises, so
Okay.
i.e. the halls of residence and around campus.
Okay.
I would like you to tell me what agency of the SRC, and by agency I mean what bodies of the SRCs. It could be affiliate bodies, it could be subcommittees, etc. What agency of the SRC is expected to handle these types of situations, and what the role of the vice president is in this agency?
Okay, please, a minute. The Welfare Committee.
Do you want to try again? Is that your final answer?
I'd want to try it again. Sanitation Committee.
Is there a sanitation committee in the SRC constitution? Is that your final answer, sanitation committee?
Yes, please.
I was expecting you to build on your former answer. So your current answer is wrong, but you made an attempt. The correct answer is the Health and Welfare Committee, not just the Welfare Committee. But now that that is out of the way, can you tell me what role the Vice President would play on such a committee?
Okay, so the Vice President will be the head for such committee.
What is the name of the head of such a committee? Is there would the Vice President be called head of the Welfare Committee?
The chair.
The chair, that's correct.
Okay.
So that's a fair response.
Okay.
Kubi, your question. As an aspiring SRC president, do you believe that the portfolio you are vying for, do you believe that they control the purchases of the portfolio in its capacity can control the purchases of the SRC?
Please kindly come again, Chair.
Do you believe that the SRC president, in his capacity as president, do you believe that he can control the purchases of the SRC?
Yes, the Prof. Chair. So the SRC president, in collaboration with the treasurer, controls the purchases of the SRC. Thank you.
Okay, so can you tell me and try to be as precise as possible so that we don't keep long on this. Can you tell me how the president, as stipulated by the Constitution, is capable of controlling purchases made by the SRC?
Thank you very much, Prof. Chair. So the SRC president, in his capacity, writes letters to procurement unit, telling them about the objects or the unit they want to buy. So the SRC president will write to the procurement unit through the Dean of Students, Prof. Chair.
Is there anything else you can think of? You are working through the question logically, and I appreciate that effort.
Okay.
But I would like it to be as precise as possible. Say someone on the committee wants to make purchases, right? They write whatever procurement thing that you are talking about. They finish all that. And you are emphasizing that the president has the capacity to control such a purchase. And I'm asking, how would the president, what control, as stipulated by the president, by the Constitution, does the president have to control such a purchase?
Okay, so he is a signatory. Thank you.
See how simple that was? You just had to say as a signature.
Thank you.
You made so that was a fair response to the question.
Thank you.
Hello, Appiah.
Yes, Chair.
How are you?
I'm fine.
All right, so this is my question for you.
All right.
The University of Cape Coast, as a public institution, is mandated to apply the Public Procurement Act 2003 into bracket 663. Then, as mandated by the same Procurement Act 2016 at 914. So, as a public institution, they do have certain procurement method that they use. But where an HOD of a user department writes a letter to request for a purchase of an item to the procurement unit of UCC, and that good or works happen to be above 10,000 Ghana cedis. The goods happen to be above 10,000 Ghana cedis, and or works more than 150,000 Ghana cedis. There is 3 applicable methods that they are supposed to use, or UCC users. I want you to give me these 3 applicable methods.
Thank you very much, Prof. Chair. To my best of knowledge, if you want to procure an item, there are stipulated targets that you should not cross. So we have the LPO, that's the local purchasing order.
I give you a specific department that an HOD of a user department writes to the procurement unit that they want to buy an item, and that item or good is costing more than 100,000,
Okay.
or if it is works, it's more than 150,000.
Thank you.
So there is an applicable method that the UCC uses to procure such an item if it's costing those 2 prices that I mentioned.
Okay.
So give me the 3 methods that is available to UCC to use for this item.
Thank you, Prof. Chair. So we have the open tender. We have the open tender because more than 100,000 means it will
Just give me, no explanation. Just give it to me. So
it will go to pack. So we have the open tender, we have the closed tender, and I would love to be educated on the last one, Chair.
So we have the 3 methods are sole sourcing, restricted tendering, and national competitive tendering. So that is what UCC uses if the threshold is above the price. So your answer is wrong. And this is according to the financial policy of UCC. That is where this question is coming from. Thank you.
The Chair, I'd love to know and get some clarity. You said you have the what tendering?
Sole sourcing.
Sole sourcing.
Yes.
Okay.
And
you have the
restricted tendering.
Okay, so please, the sole source is not equal to the open tendering. I just want to know, sir. It's different, right?
Yes.
And the restricted one is also different from the closed tendering.
Yes.
Okay.
Are you okay?
I'm not, but I'm okay.
Okay. Yes. So with the
Explanation.
it is sole or single. So if it is so, it's just to a particular one supplier, right? So your answer is okay. No.
So my answer is
Joycelyn, yes. Okay. Joycelyn.
Yes, sir.
Prof. Chair, I attempted.
Please, how are you?
I'm doing good. Yourself?
I'm also fine.
That's nice.
So, according to the financial regulations and policies for UCC, Mr. Odro, right, is a staff of the university and qualifies to apply for the allowance for the use of transport. I'm taking it again. Mr. Odro is a staff of university and qualifies to apply for allowance for the use of transport. Where must Mr. Odro apply to?
Okay, so Mr. Odro has to apply to the transport services on campus.
Is that your final answer?
Can you please come again?
I said Mr. Odro is a staff of the university and qualifies to apply for an allowance for the use of transport.
Okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Where must Mr. Odro apply to?
Or transport allowance, if you like.
Yes.
Okay, so to the office of the VC.
Madam, can I repeat the question to make? Okay. So Mr. Odro must apply to the Directorate of Human Resource through the head of department.
Okay.
Because
thank
I
you.
said Mr. Odro is a staff of UCC.
Thank you.
Appiah Kubi, right? Okay. Hope you are good.
Yes, I am.
All right. According to the university handbook, who is responsible or who has the mandate to certify all payments, all payment vouchers, and what do you call it? All payment vouchers, and then special advances before payments are made on campus in the university, as well as physical verifications and inspections of items procured by the university.
Kindly take the question again.
All right.
Same question.
According to the University Student Handbook, who has the mandate to certify all payment vouchers and special advances before payments are made in the university, as well as physical verifications and inspections of all items procured by the University Council?
Thank you. So it's the Director of Internal Audit.
Right, that's correct.
Thank you.
Joycelyn.
Joycelyn, okay. The Directorate of University Health Service is made up of two entities. Can you mention them?
Okay, so we have the University Hospital Health Services and the Environmental Health Services.
That's correct.
Okay, thank you.
Who was that? You don't clap. You don't do anything till they finish. If you do that again.
Appiah Kubi the Obatampa. Let me go to your co-Obatampa before I come back to you. All right, so Joycelyn.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's make it a riddle.
Okay.
More or less a riddle.
Okay.
I am a service
A service
or a unit, if you provided by the Counseling Center of the University of Cape Coast. I provide services like treating phobia of students, depression, and loneliness. What service under the Counseling Center am I?
please, a minute. So, personal social services.
That's right.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so the main Obatampa.
Yes, the chair.
All right, so I want you to give me 3 actions that are considered as misconduct of the junior members, according to the student's handbook. 3 actions or...
Okay, the chair. So, insubordination to authorities of the university and using of insulting words on senior members of the university and engaging in antisocial activities. Thank you, Chair.
That's correct.
Mr. Appiah Kubi.
Yes, Chair.
Okay, so my question is going to be a contextual question. So I would give an information before I ask the question. Olympic Games 2024 is scheduled to take place from July 26th to August 11, 2024. At the 131st International Olympic Committee section in Lima, Peru in 2017, the nation chosen to host the Olympic Games 2024 was announced. This will be the last Olympic Games to be held under the current International Olympic Committee presidency. I'll take it again. Olympic Games 2024 is scheduled to take place from July 26th to August 11th, 2024 at the 131st International Olympic Committee session in Lima, Peru in 2017. The nation chosen to host the Olympic Games 2024 was announced. So that means, in this case, we don't know the country that is hosting. This will be the last Olympic Games to be held under the current International Olympic Committee presidency. Now my question, which city would host the Summer Olympic Games 2024? And kindly state, when you state the city, you have to add the country the city is in.
All right, Chair. So it's London in the United Kingdom. Thank you.
That is incorrect.
All right.
So it is Paris of France. Thank you. Paris. Thank you.
Can you shut up?
Miss Albright.
Yes, ma'am.
So my question is, who is the current president for International Olympic Committee?
Okay, the chair, I'm not really a fan of football, so I have no idea, please.
Okay. So the correct answer is Thomas Bach. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello. Hello.
Hi.
Okay, good. All right. I'll go with you first.
Okay.
Okay, good. So, what is the time frame given to an alleged offender to make an appeal to the Vice Chancellor? So, after there have been a sexual harassment offense or a sexual offense, the Sexual Harassment Committee will have to investigate the issue and then adjudicate and make their decision. The decision is given to the Vice Chancellor, then through to the registrar, then the reply is given to the alleged offender. Now, the alleged offender has a time frame to make an appeal to the Vice Chancellor about the decision taken by the Sexual Committee. What is that time frame?
3 days.
Come again.
3 days.
I'm sorry. The time frame is within 14 days. 14 working days. 14 working days. Very good. So that is wrong. That is wrong. Okay, good. So, Appiah Kubi,
The chair.
what is the implication? What is the implication of the statement? Agreements reached are binding on both sides in the context of negotiation between the central administration and recognized groups within the university. Under the student handbook, page 40, article 20, clause B, there is a statement there. If you like, let me read the statement for you. It said, in all matters of negotiation, the central administration accepts to meet only accredited representative of recognized group within the university, and arrangements reached are binding on both sides. So what is the implication of this arrangement binding on what? Both sides. What is the implication of that statement?
Okay, thank you, Prof. Chair.
Give me only 2 implications.
So this means that in any issue of a press release, the document or what the statement they are going to publish outside should be the same document that was sent to the office of the VC.
Do you understand the question?
Please kindly come again.
Okay. Let me read the statement and then I'll ask you. There. In all matters of negotiation, according to the student handbook, page 40, okay, article 20, clause B, it states that in all matters of negotiation, the central administration accepts to meet only accredited representatives of recognized group within the university, and arrangements reached are binding on both sides. And arrangements reached are binding on both sides. So when they meet, the arrangement meet, or whatever comes out are binding on both sides. So the question is, what is the implication of the statement, arrangements reached are binding on both sides, in the context of the negotiation between the administration and then the recognized group within the University of Cape Coast?
Thank you.
So just give me 2 implications, then you're done.
Defaulting the negotiation or the agreement will result to a penalty.
Penalty?
Yes.
Can you explain further?
Thank you very much, Prof. Chair. So the penalty is, I just want us to take this scenario. An institution or a recognized body in the school would love to have a press release to address the general public. And as I said, the document that they are going to release should be synonymous to what they are going to send to the VC. So if the document is in contrary to what they are going to release, there's going to be a penalty on the aspect of the institutional body. Thank you.
That's one.
Yes.
That's one. Second one. I said 2.
Dissolving of the institution or the association. Thank you.
So I'll give you good for the first one. So there will be a consequence because it becomes a legal binding. So whoever breached this agreement or whatever they agreed on, that person has violated the agreement, and then there is consequences. Are you okay with that? It also ensures trust, commitment, and then accountability of both parties. Are you clear with the answer? Okay, so I'll give you fair for that. That is that. Okay. The first one had it. Oh, yeah. So it's fair.
Team Appiah Kubi. Who wants to answer first?
Myself. I'll let the Obatampa answer it.
Okay.
What did he say?
Madam Vice President.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in the University of Cape Coast, you know we have our classes. Our normal classes happens from Monday to Fridays. That's the weekdays. But, however, it may become necessary that lecturers hold lectures on weekends and public holidays.
Yeah.
Or examinations or even quizzes.
Yeah.
So why does that happen?
Why the university have lectures on weekends?
Yeah, yes. According to the academic policies.
Okay.
Why is that so? Or let me frame it like this. What does it make this institution?
Okay, so according to the academic policies, it makes the institution a secular institution.
Okay, that's right.
Okay, thank you.
Appiah Kubi.
The chair.
According to the academic policies, under the examination rules and regulations, can a student present his Ghana card during an exam, let's say he leaves his student ID at home or the hostel, can he use his Ghana card as a substitute during an exam? And explain your answer. Explain why.
Please, kindly come again.
I'm asking that, can a student use his Ghana card for verification sake or purposes during an exam? Normally when we go for exams, you have to present your student ID to show that you're really a student, and attendance will be taken. So I left my Ghana card at home, and fortunately I left my student ID at home, and fortunately I have my Ghana card on me. So can I present that?
The chair, no.
Why?
Because the school only recognize examination candidates or students who have the student ID alone. So if you don't have the student ID, you are not going to be permitted to write or take the examination. Thank you.
So what if my student ID too is missing? What other alternative can I take?
Yes, you should. From the academic policy, you should go to the directors of academics to replace your student ID.
That's right. But I was also expecting you to say you can also print your registration from your portal. That's also accepted. But you're right.
Thank you, Chair.
Yeah, it's correct.
Team Appiah Kubi.
The Chair.
To you, Mr. President. Please listen attentively.
Okay.
The University of Cape Coast has a directorate of academic planning and quality assurance. Did you get the question?
Please come again.
The University of Cape Coast has a directorate of academic planning and quality assurance. Please, what is their main responsibility?
Thank you. Please give me some few seconds. Thank you, the Chair. So the responsibility is maintenance and continuous improvement of academic standards. Thank you.
Please come again with the answer.
The responsibility of that directorate is maintenance and the continuous improvement of the academic standards. Thank you.
That's right.
Okay.
To you, Madam Albright.
Yes, sir.
I want you to give me the minimum and the maximum workload for a 3-year distance education learning program. Yeah, okay.
A 3-year distance education program. Okay, so for a 3-year distance education program, the maximum workload is 15, and the minimum workload is 10.
That's right.
Thank you.
Ms. Joycelyn,
Yes, ma'am.
how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Yourself?
I'm fine.
That's nice.
So I learned that as part of your hobbies, you take delight in listening to music. So I'm sure probably you listened or you watched the TGMA Awards, right?
Yes.
Okay. So then I'll be reading out a riddle. Then you give me the answer. I was awarded the Unsung Artist of the Year 2024. Who am I?
On sound.
Sung. UNSUNG.
Okay, so actually, I was studying during that period, so I didn't really pay much attention. But I will try.
Okay.
Okay, so unsung. Please, you said unsung
Artist of the Year.
in Paluta.
So that's incorrect. So his name is Kwesi Amewuga. And now to you, Appiah Kubi.
The chair,
I hope you are good.
I'm coping.
Okay, that's fine. So I'll be reading out a riddle. It demands 2 answers. I am an agency under the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, of which my former Chief Executive Officer is the late Kojo Efriye Owusu. Who am I and who is my current Chief Executive Officer?
The chair, please kindly come again.
I take it again. I am an agency under the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, with my former Chief Executive Officer being the late Kojo Efriye Owusu, who passed on in 2020. Therefore, who am I and who is my current Chief Executive Officer?
The chair, I would attempt. I would love you to educate me on that.
I thought you were going to attempt.
Okay, so the session is Department of Mineral Resources.
So that's incorrect.
Okay.
So the agency is the former Forestry Commission. And the current Chief Executive Officer of the Forestry Commission is Mr. John Aloti.
Thank you.
Appiah Kubi.
The chair,
How are you?
I am fine by God's special grace. The chair.
Okay, great. And Joycelyn,
Yes, sir.
how are you?
I'm doing good.
Would you like to sip some water at this point?
For me, I'm taking note at the chair.
You are still fasting,
Yes.
dry fasting.
Yes, chair.
Okay. May the Lord hear you.
Amen.
Appiah Kubi,
The chair,
I'm trying to admire your outfit. Was it by coincidence or you planned that you wanted to be in this?
yes, the chair, we plan uniformity in our dresses. Chair.
Okay. So together with your managers.
Yes, chair.
Okay, good. All right. So I would like to find out. I mean, you have held several positions,
Yes, chair.
and most of the positions, or most of the things you have done, were done through, or when you were in leadership positions. I would
Yeah.
like to find out from you. Outside the positions, what have you done privately for people?
Thank you very much, the chair. Please, in my personal statement, I said that I make impact to the society in every little way that I can. Prof. Chair, it will interest you to note that in my town, Kronom, a suburb of Kumasi, I have been organizing classes and tutorials for junior high school students in their final year as a way to help them prepare for their BEC. Because I was a beneficiary of that, and it's really helped me in gaining 8 A's to one of the best SHS.
Thank you very much, Prof. We are honored to have you here. Okay. Hello.
Okay, Chair. So, as I was saying, I was a beneficiary of that which actually helped me to get 8 months to
Great.
go to Opokwari school. So I've been doing this thing out of my free will, taking no charges to help the student to prepare them for their BC. Thank you, Chair.
Good. I still want something personal about you. Are you someone who pays attention to details?
Yes, Prof. Chair, I do.
I mean, any proof?
Prof. Chair, I've been very attentive since the start of this vetting.
Okay. Are you punctual?
Yes, I am, Prof. Chair.
Any proof?
I've been attending lectures, Prof. Chair.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, Prof. Chair.
Okay. I can recount a meeting of which I was part, and we needed you to be around, and it took us almost 1 hour, and Appiah Kubi was not coming.
Yes, Prof. Chair.
Yeah.
So, I remember that.
Do you remember that meeting?
Yes, on the 28th of July, 2023, Prof. Chair.
Okay, good.
Yes, so that was a day after I had lost the election, Prof. Chair. And, Prof. Chair.
So, as a leader, when you go through bad times, should that affect your...
No, Prof. Chair, it should never affect us. Prof. Chair, it was raining or drizzling during that time, but I take full responsibility of that, and I apologize that such thing will never happen
And
again.
I think when you came, you didn't apologize. In that meeting, the Vice Chancellor was there, Vice Chancellor was there, and all the big people you can talk about were there.
Prof. Chair,
Did you realize that you had done the wrong thing?
Yes, Prof.
Did you approach them to apologize?
Yes, Prof. Chair. So when I came inside, I started the process of apologizing, and I was being told that I'm late, so I need to sit down so that we start the meeting, Prof. Chair.
Okay. So I'll come back to some very pertinent issues, but let's still deal with what you have got to offer.
Okay, Prof. Chair.
You said you want to do Obatampa. Obatampa is not new.
Obatampa. I said our policies have been categorically named as
Obatampa
policies, Prof.
Yes.
Chair.
Where is this Obatampa coming from? Is it coming from the MPP or the NDP?
Prof. Chair, it's coming from neither of them.
Anyway, okay. And you said you are going to make sure that hostel accommodation on campus is regulated.
Yes, Prof. Chair.
And as part of your measures, you want to come out with a list, accredited list of hostels.
Yes, Prof. Chair.
And any hostel that doesn't come on board would not be accredited. And
Yes.
so students would not be allowed to live in such hostels. Right? Is that correct?
Prof. Chair, in the clarity of my submission was not that the students are not going to be allowed. Priority will be given to the hostels that are being accredited. Thank you.
I mean, this policy, what do you think will be the effect?
Thank you very much, Prof. Chair. The effect is that it is really going to help in regulating the prices of the hostels. Prof. Chair, we believe that we've given some of these hostel managers a lot of power. There are instances where someone can be charging 4,200 from charging 2,500 the previous year. And this is quite unfortunate on the part of the students, since we've given them a lot of power to them, for them to decide what they want to charge. Chair.
Okay, that's good.
Yes,
I think
Chair.
it's a good policy.
Yes, Chair.
And I will encourage you to do that.
Yes, Chair.
But
Thank
you
you.
must also be mindful about the unintended effects.
Yes, Chair.
Do you know about the black market?
The black market. Prof. Chair, I would love you to.
Okay,
educate
so
me.
when you try to regulate something, some other business will take place outside the regulated market. And so what I'm foreseeing is that when you start this and you have some hostels that are not on your list, it is likely
that the transaction will take place in the dark, where you will not have any information about. And sometimes the prices there could even be higher than what you are regulating. So as long as the demand is greater than the supply, I don't know where you got your information to say that the supply is greater than the demand. I don't think that is the case. So in trying to come up with such a policy, you need to be very careful with that. But have you considered the cost of your policies? Have you considered the cost?
Yes, Prof. Chair, I've considered.
Or you are now going to consider the cost of it?
Prof. Chair, we've done some feasibility analysis test.
And what are we talking about here? What are we talking about?
Prof. Chair,
in terms of figures.
Some of these figures are going to be in the hundreds of thousands, Chair.
Okay. And you cannot give us any idea, rough idea. But do you think that SRC will be in the position to finance all these projects?
Thank you very much, Prof. Chair. Being a council member, as a whole president of CASFOD, I was privileged to know a thing or two concerning the SRC financial standings. And I can assure you that and these things that we are talking about can be brought into reality. Thank you.
So what kind of a leader are you?
Thank you very much, Prof. Chair. I'm a hardworking individual that believes in perseverance and determination.
So in terms of leadership styles, where should we put you?
I believe that I am a visionary leader, Prof. Chair.
Okay. So do you know about emotional intelligence?
Yes, Prof. Chair.
Good. Are you intelligent when it comes to emotional issues?
Yes.
How will you rate yourself? Emotional intelligence.
Thank you very much, Prof. Chair. Currently, I'm going to rate myself at an 8 or a 9.
Over 10?
Yes, Prof. Chair.
That is an A.
Yes, Prof. Chair.
You know what I'll give you?
No, Prof. Chair.
I'll give you 5. And that is what? A D, right? Because of what I have observed.
Okay,
maybe I'm here to revise my marking scheme going forward.
Yes, Prof. Chair.
My own perception about you was, the first impression wasn't good for me. So,
okay, Prof. Chair.
All right. Why is emotional intelligence important for a leader like you, like the SRC president? Why is emotional intelligence important?
Thank you very much, Prof. Chair.
Maybe give me four reasons.
Thank you very much, Prof. Chair. Before I give the reasons, I'd like to make a small reference.
Okay.
Initially, I was not somebody who was very good calming my emotions. But serving in the capacity of the whole president of CASFOD really built me up, Prof. Chair. I have to be very sincere.
Good.
Because of the things that you might see, the things that you might hear, the things that might happen, you will just be intelligent naturally. So, Prof. Chair, I believe that if, as an SRC president, the reason why you should
Okay, before that, what is emotional intelligence?
Emotional intelligence is your ability to control your emotions and not let the emotions override you, Prof. Chair.
Okay, then yes. Go ahead with it.
So, Prof. Chair, having emotional intelligence is going to prevent you from unforeseen circumstances. That is, sometimes you might hear bad information or even bad news from people. Example was what our very wonderful Prof. Chair cited, where certain people came out with certain posts. Prof. Chair,
I said giving 4, right?
Yes, Prof. Chair.
So just straightforward. Don't add stories. Just straightforward.
Okay, Prof. Chair. So being emotional intelligence is going to prevent you from engaging in conflict, in disagreement,
okay,
in fights,
okay,
and it's going to protect you in a healthy manner, because an angry man is a sick man. Thank you.
Okay, so I would put all what you have said as 1 point.
Okay, Chair.
Okay, anyway, you have done well. So, I mean, conflict, you have talked about conflict. You have been the hall president for Kesley Hifford.
Yes,
and I'm
Prof.
sure
Chair.
you know where I'm trying to arrive at. ATL Casford.
Yes, Prof. Chair.
What is the problem? Now you are aspiring to become the SRC president, which
Okay,
means you are going to be the father for all.
Yes, Prof. Chair.
Isn't it?
Yes, Prof. Chair.
Good. So what is the problem?
Thank you very much, Prof. Chair. So I believe as the SRC president, I am the father figure for all the students in the university. And I'll take sides with no one, even though I am an affiliate of Kesleyford Hall.
Yes.
I believe that there have been some instances and some situations that have happened over the past few years, but now things are very well. Because I remember last academic year, I was the president, and the president of ATL was my classmate, the current SRC president, Kojo Siabi.
Good.
So the two presidents were in class, we had no fight, sometimes we sit together to eat. So there were no feud, and there were nothing bad between us, Prof. Chair. So I believe that we can have conversations with them, telling them there's no need for us to fight. We are all brothers. If my brother, I have a sister who is in ATL, she's now level 200. The fact that I was a CASFA president or I was a custodian didn't mean I should despise her or insult her. So there can be sensitization to the student, and I believe that there's going to be this peaceful collaboration between CASFA.
So what do you think is missing? Because we were also on campus some years ago. We didn't see the kind of things that we are seeing today. So probably there is something that we should be doing that we are not doing it right. And having been the Casford Hall president, and for that matter, custodian, now aspiring to become the president of the SRC, would you advise us, from your experience, from your association with students from both sides, what would you suggest? Is that something that we are missing? Maybe you are closer to them. Is that something that we are missing? Because we definitely want to address this issue. What should we do?
Thank you very much, Prof. Chair. I believe that the most important thing that can ever bring dispute into resolution is conversation, communications. So there should be sensitization, one, to all the students in Casford Hall, conversations to the students in ATL. And they should be sensitized about the need not to engage in this field, and the need to be very, very cooperative and united to achieve a common goal. And I also think that there can be programs that can be held between these halls, such that they will come together, play a football match, they'll come together, have this wonderful initiative, and can organize a symposium to seek in the betterment and the interest of the students.
So what did you do when you were the Casford Hall president?
Concerning this issue? Yes. Okay, thank you very much, Prof. Chair. So we had series of engagement. Personally, I had series of engagement with the ATL Hall president, that is Vincent Kojo Siabi. We wanted to bring out some nice events and programs, but we couldn't bring this thing into fruition because of some conflicting schedules. But I believe that we can have this knowledge passed to our predecessors, to our successors, such that they would also come on board.
I remember there was a time where, you remember the NEC?
Yes, Prof. Chair. I wanted to even say that, Prof. Chair.
Yes, so there was that program.
Yes, Prof. Chair.
And both halls came to the gate.
Yes.
Now the problem was who was to enter first. Should Casford enter first or ATL should enter first? And even that nearly created a serious fight.
Yes, Prof. Chair.
So please, this is a special appeal to you.
Okay, Prof. Chair.
I mean, we want to have some peace on campus.
All right.
So do whatever you can if you get a nod to become the SRC president. Do whatever you can to make sure that this issue is resolved once and for all.
Thank you, Prof. Chair.
So that is my assignment, my
Yes.
first assignment.
Yes, Prof.
When you
Chair.
become, and I will make sure that I track that to see whether you have been successful or you have not been successful.
Yes, Prof. Chair. Thank you.
Okay. So why is feedback important for the SRC leadership? Feedback. Why is it important?
Thank you, Prof. Chair. I believe leadership is about service. Service in the interest of the student or the people that you are serving.
Okay.
One of the main reasons why it is very important for you to get feedback from the people that you are serving is that you might think A is the best for people, but in reality, B might be better for them. Let's take this instance. Prof. Chair, I told you that I am fasting and I'm not taking any water or any food. And I tell my friend, please bring me a cup of tea and bring me some bread. And this friend comes with 8 balls of banku and tilapia. Prof. Chair, I believe it defeats the purpose of me wanting to break my fast. So there should be conversation, there should be consultation. You should reach out to them to see what they need and what they want to be achieved for them. Thank you, Prof. Chair.
So what would you do to innovative ways
All right,
to
Prof. Chair.
ensure that you gather feedback from your...
Yes, Prof. Chair. By organizing general meetings to seek their concern, by using the social media handles of the university or of the SRC, there are some people that will feel very, very shy coming to public to talk. So we can also use the social media such that such persons can reach out to the SRC. We can also have, the SRC president can also designate a certain time to sit and meet people such that they will share their concerns and their plights with him.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you some questions on economics, basic economics.
Thank you,
I
Prof.
know you are a science student, but you are aspiring to become a leader.
Yes, Prof. Chair.
Okay, and so part of what we are doing is to help us appreciate your level of understanding of economic issues.
Thank you.
We have talked about leadership qualities and stuff like that.
Yes.
So I just want to some few things. What do you understand by indirect tax and direct tax?
Indirect tax.
Yeah, tax.
Tax.
Tax. Yeah.
And direct tax.
Mm.
Thank you, Prof. Chair.
Do you listen to economic news? Have you ever listened to the budget?
Yes, fairly, Prof. Chair.
You do. So at least you have some level of economic literacy, right?
Yes, Prof. Chair.
And issues of taxes are common with us.
Yes, Prof. Chair.
Yeah, so I expect you to know something about that.
Yes, Prof. Chair. So I would explain that direct tax is the type of tax that is being placed on significant avenues, items, assets, or significant revenues, significant items. Prof. Chair, I'll put it that way.
So give me an example.
So, Prof. Chair, I'll talk about...
Because your definition is not clear, so maybe the example would make it clear.
Thank you very much, Prof.
Yeah.
Chair. So the government has a way of increasing her revenue through the introduction of taxes. For example...
So I'm talking about direct tax.
So one example of a direct tax is a fiscal policy tax. Thank you.
That's interesting. Are you sure you know what we are talking about?
Prof. Chair, I would love that
So
you educate
please
me.
improve your economic literacy.
Yes, Prof.
Because you are becoming a leader, and you know you have to prepare checks, and you have to prepare budget, and you have to pay taxes. You have to withhold taxes when you are making payments. And so, as the leader, you should be able to understand those things. When you were president, you didn't pay tax at all. You didn't withhold any tax.
Yeah, we were paying withholding tax.
And so you left everything to your treasurer to be doing it.
Oh, we were doing
And
it together, Prof. Chair.
You didn't bother.
Oh, Prof. Chair, he's even here. We were doing
Yeah,
it
because
together.
if you really were interested in those things, I don't think you should have any difficulty telling me about direct taxes and indirect taxes.
Okay, Prof. Chair, thank you.
So, since you didn't get that one correct, let me ask you this. What do you understand by opportunity cost? And how is that important in SRC's decision-making process?
Then understanding of opportunity cost. Thank you, Prof. Chair. Opportunity cost gives you an overview and tells you the profit, the deficit.
Wow. Appiah Kubi wants to become an economist.
Yes.
Please come again.
Yes, Prof. Chair. Prof. Chair, so I am into the health sciences. It's, from the little information I've gathered, opportunity cost tells us about the losses, the loss, the profit. Yes, Prof. Chair. And I'd love to learn.
The losses and the profits? Okay, maybe Vice Chair could help us. Vice Chair, you are doing home economics, so
Yes, please.
I expect you to be able to tell me these things.
Opportunity costs. Okay. Hello. Hello. Okay, so opportunity costs refers to the costs please, I have no idea.
You have no idea?
Yes, please.
I'm so disappointed. And you know, leadership is about governance and economics.
Yes, Prof. Chair. Yes, Prof. Chair.
That's it.
Yes.
So please try and improve your economic literacy level.
Okay, Prof.
Okay.
Chair.
So let me ask you this general question, Appiah Kubi.
Yes, Prof. Chair.
How would you respond to budget cutting when you prepare your budget and you send it to the authorities and the budget is cut? How are you going to communicate this in a convincing manner to your constituents?
Thank you very much, Prof. Chair. This incident has happened to me before.
Please hold on. Hey, if you want to talk, go out. I need total silence so they can think. Please.
Thank you very much, Prof. Chair. This incident has happened to me before at the hall level when we presented the budget to the whole council. Prof. Chair, I believe that funds that are going to be used by the SRC should be apportioned very well. So what we did was that we had to cut some of the expenses of some of the committees. For example, let's say the welfare committee, where certain amounts of money that were allocated to them can be diverted to certain committee. With this, we are going to have effective communication and conversation with them to show them the importance and the relevance of bringing down the budget to suffice for the needs of certain projects. Thank you.
All right, thank you. So, Vice Chair, let me ask you this question, maybe the last but one.
Okay.
So, how would you resolve the following conflict within the SRC leadership? And I'm going to tell you.
Please come again.
How will you resolve? In the first place, what is the potential conflict that is supposed to arise or that is expected to arise? And how are you going to resolve it? So when there's communication breakdown, what conflict is likely to arise? And how are you going to resolve such a conflict?
The Chair, can you please give me a minute or two to gather my thoughts?
Okay.
Okay.
Please don't write it. Just the conflict and one way you resolve it. I don't want plenty.
Okay, you said, and please, you said communication.
Breakdown. When there's a communication breakdown within the leadership of the SRC, what conflict is likely to arise? And give me one practical way you will address this.
Okay, so thank you, Prof. Che. If there is a communication breakdown, what is likely to happen is there wouldn't be, okay, so for instance, if he, okay, so for instance, if we are being voted into power and he becomes the president and I become the...
So that assumption is laid. That assuming that you have been voted into power and there's communication breakdown, what is likely to be the conflict that this will generate, and one practical way you will address such a conflict?
Okay, so thank you. Okay, so if there is a communication breakdown, what is likely to happen is that we wouldn't have an effective or an efficient administration. So how I would
You have not stated the conflict.
communication. Can you please reframe?
No, I wouldn't say the question again.
I mean, reframe it.
Okay. That's a homework for you, because if I start teaching, it will never end today. All right. Chair, I think that's okay.
Thank you very much. Okay, so Joycelyn, I've been looking at your CV and it's really empty. Barely 1.5 pages. But you have a strong personal statement, which doesn't speak to your CV. So I want to say this, and then probably you explain to us, right?
Okay.
So your goal is to create a meaningful difference in the lives of others through whatever capacity you find yourself. You remember you wrote that?
Yes, please.
All right. So give us an example of a situation where you made a meaningful difference in the life of someone.
Okay, thank you, Prof. Che. So, just as I stated in my CV, my goal is to make a meaningful change in the lives of others, or wherever I find myself. So one scenario I would state is, back in SHS, there was one of my friends who was struggling with academics. She was my classmate too, so she was struggling with academics, and we could go to prep, and she would be at the back of, she would go and sit at the back of the classroom, and then wouldn't be learning. You could see that she wasn't learning. So as time went on, I noticed that, and I got closer to her, and she explained why that is happening. So I took it upon myself to help her, and glory be to God, as time went on, she improved academically and had the best grades after our C.
So you've been in UCC for 3 years. Can you give me an example that relates to UCC? Can you pinpoint any situation that you have made a difference in somebody's life?
Okay,
or
so
since SHS, you have not made a difference again?
I've made a difference. Okay, so a similar scenario. One of my program mates personally informed me about the struggles or challenges she was having with regards to academics, she personally confronted me. So I also took it upon myself to help her. So so now we've been scheduling some of weekends and some weekdays to meet for us to have discussion. Yes.
Now you're also having a problem with academics. So how can you be helping others with problems with academics?
Actually,
Jocelyn.
for my problem, actually it was a personal problem.
But theirs is not a personal problem, it's an academic problem. How old are you?
I'm 20.
I see. Do you know that some of the students, the female students, are cohabiting with the male students? Do you know that in the hostel, some of the students are together with their boyfriends?
I've heard of it, but
You've heard of it?
Yes.
What is your take on it?
Okay.
Is it good or bad?
It's bad.
What? Absolute silence, please. What is your take on it? What would you tell those people?
Okay, so for me, if you are together with your husband or your wife, it's fine. But then if you are together with your boyfriend or your girlfriend, I think it's bad because I think it's bad because the prime motive for you being in UCC or for you being in school is for you to study. So if you come and you engage yourself in any romantic relationship, to the extent that you stay in the same room with your boyfriend or your girlfriend, I believe it's going to affect their academics. And besides, being in the same room, I think they would engage in any sexual activity, so which might lead to unwanted pregnancy or some dismissal. So I think it's bad.
Yeah. So Joycelyn says I should tell you that those who are cohabiting, it is not healthy because these boys may end up not marrying you, the ladies. So be careful. Now, Appiah Kubi, your last but one question.
Prof. Chair.
You see, as an SRC president, you might find yourself in situations where your interests or your relationships may conflict or influence your decisions, right?
Yes, Prof. Chair.
So what is that called? When your influence or when your interests kind of influence your decision, what is that called?
Nepotism, Chair.
Listen to the question and stop giving me that answer. I said,
Yes, Chair.
when you find yourself in a situation where your personal interests or your relationship could potentially affect the decisions you make, what is that doing?
Dilemma, Chair. Dilemma. You are in a dilemma.
No, you are not in a dilemma. You are not in a dilemma, Biara. What is conflict of interest?
Yes, conflict of interest is when your personal aspirations or ambitions or interest goes contrary to what is expected for you to do. Thank you.
So if you find yourself in that situation, a friend of yours wants to procure certain things for the students, you need the things as SRC, but the person who is selling or trying to get you to sell the things is a friend. How would you handle this situation?
Thank you very much, Prof. Chair. There is a saying that we don't attach emotions with business. Serving in the capacity of the SRC president means I'm doing business. So I'm not going to allow any emotions from my friends and my personal sentiment defeat the purpose for which I am being the president. Thank you, Chair.
No, that's not a good answer. You have to buy the things. The person is a friend.
Okay.
And there is a potential conflict of interest issue that may arise, how would you handle it? You need it. As SRC, you need those kind of goods, except that the person who is procuring, who you are going to procure from is a friend. How do you handle the situation?
Prof. Chair, with all due respect and due humility, I'd love to go to another person or a different enterprise to buy these things from, to avoid future conflict with my friend. Thank you.
Don't you think that the person can still supply, but there should be transparency? Everybody must be involved in the process.
Yes, yes.
Because the fact that somebody is your friend but has what you need and at a lower cost does not mean that the person should not supply. The
Okay,
issue of transparency and your own integrity
okay,
is
Prof.
very, very important.
Yes, Prof. Chair.
I'll ask you the question I'll ask the other candidate.
Okay, Prof. Chair.
What is your take on malpractice in the school? Examination malpractices. If people are caught, what should be done to them? They are caught chewing paper, and some people even try to swallow it. What should be done to them?
Thank you very much, Prof. Chair. So a person who is involved in examination malpractice can be suspended by the university, Prof. Chair.
That's all you have to say.
Prof. Chair, cancellation of the examination, caution, and dismissal, Prof. Chair.
I see.
Yes, Prof. Chair.
Do you have any questions for us?
Prof. Chair, I don't have any question for you, but I'd like to seek for a very short moment to tell the people what I have for them. Colleague student, I bring you greetings from Appiah Kubi. I am the set man for Appiah Kubi for Ucc Src president, with my able and very beautiful vice presidential candidate, Ms. Joycelyn Albright Jesusa. We came to you with our student-centered policies last academic year. It was quite unfortunate that we placed second. But as I said, delay is never denial, but it's in God's way in bringing you to a very wonderful pedestal. And all things, both the good and the bad, works together for those who love God and those who are called by His purpose. Martin Luther King Jr., on the 26th of October, 1967, at Barrett Junior High School, made a very remarkable statement that has been with me since the very first day I saw it. The name of the speech is, "What is your life blueprint?" If you're a student and if you are listening to me right now, I want you to take a casual look at that speech. It is really going to give you a different perspective to life. When he ended that speech, he said, "Life for me has never been a crystal stair, and life for none of us has been a crystal stair. But we must keep moving. If you can't fly, run. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. But in all things, keep moving." Let's keep moving to make SRC great again. Let's keep moving to champion the interests of the student. I cannot do it alone, and I believe that the synergy of our voices can be heard, and the rebirth is on. Thank you.
Thank you. You brought two questions to mind. Last year, you had a different candidate, right? A different vice president.
Yes, Prof. Chair.
What happened? Where is she?
Prof. Chair, she's in her final year, Prof. Chair.
Oh, so she can't. And the second one, did you say the current SRC president is your friend?
Yes, Prof. Chair. We are in the same class.
You're in the same class?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So, what are his strengths?
Ability to manage pressure and judicious use of his time.
What about weaknesses? One weakness you have identified.
Yes, he's an overcaring young man. He loves to do good so much. Sometimes people can just walk up to him, "Presido, I've not eaten." By the blink of the eye, he'll give the person 100 cedis. Thank you.
I see. So you said you wanted to sing, right?
Yes, Prof. Chair.
So you will sing, and then we will bid you farewell.
Okay.
But like I've said, I'll sack you. Work on your academics.
Okay, Prof. Chair.
And I'll follow it up.
Thank you, Prof. Chair. So the
They're
song.
both of you.
Okay.
Okay.
So the song goes like, "I feel ye be ye ye, Afide be ye. Onyamene sawa masuide. Afide be ye. Afide be ye. Afide be ye. Afide be ye. Saneba nyamene. Thank you. God bless you all.
Please, kindly listen. When you went out the previous time, I mean the first team, you were making a lot of noise. But when you go out, the process still continues. PDF takes over and read messages and interview people. So I know you'll be excited, but when you get out, please don't make too much noise, okay? So Appiah Kubi and Joycelyn, thank you very much for coming. You will hear from the committee in due course.
The chair, please allow me to take my water.
Yes, you're allowed to break your fast.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Yeah, you can clap if you want to. So I think we will break for this morning and then reconvene maybe after an hour's time. An hour's time. Thank you very much.
Right, you're still watching us live on TVUCC, and of course we're making sure that you get a feed on what is happening right here at the J. Nano Pokuajiman Auditorium. We're taking a breather. When we return, Benessian and of course Tim Stana will join us here. But just before we take a look, great, let me interact with a couple of people, some people here. Isaac, Newton Answer is running away from me. Lady, how are you doing?
Very well. How are you too?
I'm also fine. Thanks for asking. What's your name?
I'm Love. Yeah.
You are Love? Yes, I can call you Love. Not adding mind to it, right? I can't add mind to it. Oh. Right. Join me here. So what brought you here?
Okay. I came here to witness the veteran of Ucc Src 2024-2025. That's why I'm here.
I see. Could this be the first time that you're joining us here?
Yes, please. This is my first time.
What do you have to say about the performance? Questions that are popping up? Anything at all that you would want to say?
Oh, well, I just came in, so I didn't really hear much questions, but I think I heard the latter part of it, and it was kind of very intriguing, and it's quite okay. That's what I can say for now.
So before we go, if we give you the chance to question them as House President to be, what will be your one question for all of them?
Okay. I would love to know what really triggered them for aspiring for this position, because there are a lot of positions out there. We have local nukes, we have national nukes, we have USAG. Why UCC Src? It's very, very intriguing, and I would love to know.
Then I think we can also ask her, why did she apply to UCC but not any other university? Thank you for making time to speak with us. Is there anyone you would want to greet?
Oh, well, I would love to greet all the aspirants. They are all my friends, and I would love to say shout out to Beard Home Economics student and everybody.
All right, thank you. Hard guy, is the hard guy going to join me here? Takra the hard guy. Right, hard guy, let's spend a few minutes here. Maybe a minute to do. Hey, is Takra the hard guy. What's your full name, your real name?
Ezekiel Esau.
Ezekiel. You are?
I'm a prophet.
A prophet. Ezekiel in the Bible, right? Anything at all that you would want to tell us about this Ezekiel?
Oh, I don't know. I'm a prophet. Yeah, I can prophesy on you.
Hey, hold on. Appiah Kubi just sang a nice song. We want to give you a minute. Which song would you sing? High life, morale, gospel, any song at all? We're going for break.
Olukodo Kenata.
Which song is that?
I am a Dabansami Yemeneba, Onamete, Abansami Yemeneba, Onamete, Abansami Yemenebo. Amirade Pape and Tambro. Yeah.
All right, we want to greet someone.
Oh, my church will be especially Abraham Norman Noti.
Right. So we break here. Shortly we'll join you. Keep your comments coming. I will be reading the comment. Remember, if you have not subscribed to our channel, this is the time. Subscribe. Hit on the notification icon so that you'll always get alert on our update. Do us that favor before you leave. Share the content for the world to get to know what we're doing. I am Louise Berquin, and of course, you can call me the PDF. Stay with us. We'll be back shortly.